The power of walking away from a woman. Young men are trained to be warriors. From the time we're born, we're told to never give up, never surrender, and to fight for what we love at all costs. All costs, even if it means sacrificing everything we believe in. We're taught to sacrifice our well-being for our partners, family members, and our friends. If you don't think deeply on the topic, it's really easy to trick yourself into thinking that your purpose on this earth as a man is to take punishment, be miserable, and bend to the desires of the people closest to you. A lot of men live this way. But this is actually the opposite of how a man is meant to live his life. Men can be protectors, providers, and leaders, but there's more to being a man than just taking out the trash and making sure the people around you are happy with you. There's more to being a man than taking care of a romantic partner. There's more to being a man than being a man in a relationship. To learn and become everything you can become as a man, sometimes you have to walk away. Why men stay in bad relationships. Determining whether or not to stay in a relationship starts with understanding a few fundamental psychological principles. Let's start with what makes most men stay in relationships they hate: the scarcity mindset. With the scarcity mindset, a man might constantly feel that the world around him is caving in. This man is not living, he's trying to get through the day, he's surviving. We all have bad days, and we all limp to the finish line sometime, but your entire life should not be like this. Most of your life should be spent reaching for new heights, overcoming obstacles, and feeling content as you enjoy the fruits of your labor. If that bothers you, that's probably because your potential is out of reach at the moment. In time, you must learn to be content with an abundance mindset. How to fight scarcity and adopt abundance. The man who lives in a world created by his anxieties about scarcity will settle for a job he hates, a partner who he doesn't love, and a life that is nothing like the one he dreams of. Scarcity is the root of this quiet desperation. Scarcity creates weakness, and weakness creates weak choices. Weak choices create weak men, and this creates an endless cycle of misery and depression. That's why to fight scarcity, a mental shift must occur. You must learn to live with an abundant mind. An abundant mind will create abundant life. This new mindset might change your life. As you begin to fight your way out of the anxiety that comes with scarcity, you are rewarded with the realization of the abundance of reality. However, the abundance mindset does not mean what most people think it means. Abundance is not an excuse to treat people badly, make careless decisions, or live recklessly, but it is an excuse to forgive yourself for mistakes and bad decisions. You can forgive yourself because there are plenty more decisions coming on the horizon. Until the day you die, you always will have another opportunity to make a decision that can change the course of your life. This is the core ethos of the abundance mindset. The undeniable power of a breakup. A breakup can depress you, break you down, and force you to reevaluate the direction of your life. A good breakup will mess you up pretty well. However, that's okay. We've all been there. Honestly, I'd rather try to survive 5 minutes in the ring with a heavyweight boxer than to try once again to deal with some of the breakups I've gone through over the years. Maybe that's dramatic, but that's how I feel. Breakups can force you to change everything. But it's not enough to just have a bad breakup. Everyone has breakups, but not everyone comes out on the other side of them stronger. This is because breakups expose limits, and as men, we often struggle to deal with our limits. Learning to deal with this experience through an abundance mindset will send your mental and spiritual growth to an all-time high. The end of a relationship exposes your flaws and limitations, and it exposes the flaws and limitations of your partner. But limits don't have to be bad things. The end of a romantic relationship exposes where you are in life, and that can be an incredibly uncomfortable feeling. No one likes to find out that they aren't doing as well in life as they thought. But when you're confronted with a hard fact of reality like that, there's only one question to ask yourself: what are you going to do about it? The end of a relationship doesn't need to be the death of your former self and a sign that your life is imperfect. The death of a relationship can also be the birth of something new. It can be the birth of something strong. This strength is built through walking away. Walking away gives you strength. The image of a broken man is hard to look at. He's usually chasing, begging, and contorting himself to fit the desires of the person who he longs to be with. He's strung out, emotionally exhausted, depressed, anxious and caught in a vicious cycle that will never end until he finds his way out. But that's easier said than done. Even after we walk away from someone that we believe we love, we still run the risk of projecting our insecurities and bad feelings onto new people. This is why people say that they have the same relationship twice. Walking away from a woman does not just mean stopping seeing her. It means to free yourself from the coping mechanisms and codependencies that you used to have when you were with her. This is far more difficult, but it is also the only way to create lasting change in your relationships. But how do you know when to walk away? Let's talk about it. Why leave? You don't need to walk away to protect your ego. You don't need to walk away to protect yourself. You don't need to walk for any reason other than the fact that you are unhappy and that you deserve to live a happy life with people you want to be around. If you're with a woman and you feel you don't want to be with her, it's simple. Walk away. Simple, not easy. It's tough to venture out into the unpredictable world of being single. It's easy to take the false security that she gives you for granted. Being single can be just as scary as being in a relationship, but it's actually more important. Life is a single-player experience. You are born alone, you die alone. Everyone you meet along the way throughout your life will not be in the coffin with you when you go. The meaning of life is far more complicated than just your love for one person. How meaning affects relationships. When you live a life that is devoid of meaning and lacks a central purpose, it's easy to find yourself on a slippery slope of codependency, depression, and quiet depression, which we talked about earlier. When you have no vision, it's impossible to have strong relationships. Relationships are meant to enhance your vision. If there is no vision for how you want your life to go, the relationships you have will dictate the vision, and that is a gateway drug to misery. First, establish a vision. This is why you must walk away from bad relationships. This is why you must walk away from people who drain you. You must spend time alone and then spend time contemplating where you want to go and who you want to be. Then you can find relationships that coincide with your vision. Meaning first, girlfriend second. This is the recipe for more happiness, better relationships, and a stronger, more powerful life. Conclusion. Not every man needs to walk away from his lover. However, many men need to reestablish their vision for their lives and decide if what they are doing is in line with their vision for the life they want. You need a meaningful life first, and then you need to find a life partner. It is not the other way around. All other approaches to happiness are fleeting. No lover will make you happy, just as no job will make you happy, just as no success will make you happy. Your happiness starts from within you. Happiness isn't something you attain, it's a state of being.